Good morning, Leo. Welcome to your reading. My name is Ben, and we're going to do our usual spread. We're going to do past, present, future. I hope you guys are doing well. If you're wondering where I've been, I've already made a video addressing that, so I'm not going to talk about it in this video. Alright, let's get into your reading. Excuse my voice, I just woke up. Okay. I hope you guys are doing good. Two of Cups. Okay, so you could be dealing with some Six of Pentacles. So you could be dealing with a soulmate or a soul connection in general, but either somebody wants forgiveness or you're trying to work something out. We're going to see. I know that's very vague. I'm going to wait until we pull cards here. Alright, now we're going to pull clarifiers. So the reason I use two different decks, or one of the reasons, is because I assign different values to different, the same card of the different decks. So when the Emperor comes out in this main deck that I use, that is my balanced Emperor, so that's good. And my balanced Feminine, so that's really good. If they were to come out in this smaller deck, that's where I attribute the out of balance. So you have the Fool popping out here with the Tower while I'm shuffling, and there's going to be a major change. That's what the Tower represents. And the Fool represents taking a leap of faith and also a brand new beginning. So something is really about to drastically change here in this situation. Like I said, I'm going to wait until I pull all the cards to really get into it. I don't normally shuffle this long, but it's happening. So that's okay. Alright. What? Oh. my deck's upside down. Wait, what? Is half of these cards upside down? What's happening here? Or am I just not holding the deck right? What is happening? Alright, well, I think half my cards are upside down. How the heck did I do that? Well, there's the out of balance Emperor. What the fuck? Okay, so I'm gonna have to sort through I don't know how the hell I did that. My cards are usually always the right way up. What the hell? Alright. Well. Fix it later. That is really weird. Look, they're all in different directions. What the heck? Okay. I don't know how I did that. So, it's interesting in the past that you have the balanced Emperor and the out of balanced Emperor that I was just talking about. So it looks like both of you in the past were coming across as the Emperor, okay? An authoritative figure, masculine energy. Doesn't mean that you are dominantly a masculine energy, but you were both in masculine energy in the past, okay? And for one of you, with the balanced Emperor, okay, you got to apply it how it fits. You got to be honest with yourself. One of you was the balanced Emperor, okay? And they were trying to move away from drama and negativity that they'd already been through in the past because they were trying to close out a cycle that had already happened. So they wanted that new beginning, right? And the other person here was the out of balance emperor. So they were confused about what to do with themselves, and they were kind of waiting to figure that out. So one of you knew what you wanted to do, was moving on with your life. The other one was a little bit confused and had control issues because they didn't know what they were doing emotionally. Okay, so apply that how that fits. But the one that was the balanced emperor, you have the Eight of Pentacles, the Eight of Wands, and the Six of Pentacles. So you're working very hard not only on your stability and your life in general, but also on communication, right? A balanced emperor is amazing at communication because they know how to communicate their feelings, their thoughts, their passions, their efforts, everything. That's why they're an emperor. So they were very good at that. And with the Six of Pentacles, they were trying to be as charitable as possible and as forgiving and understanding as they could be. But the out of balance emperor in this situation, they have the Three of Wands here, and they have the Three of Wands right here, paired with the Seven of Wands. Okay, so that's twice with that card. So twice this person was demanding, like, you see how on this card this person is demanding this crown, and this person's offering it up to them? So it's like this person was demanding respect without earning the respect, okay? Because respect is earned, it's not given. So because this person, the balanced emperor, was trying their best, and that's probably you, Leo, honestly, because Leos are natural leaders, and when you're balanced as a Leo, you do have emperor energy, okay? So because you were so understanding and forgiving, this person was like, okay, well, give me the respect I deserve. It's kind of like they wanted, you see how you're handing things out and this person's hand is out? It's like they wanted everything you were giving, but they didn't want to actually earn it. You know what I mean? They were very standoffish and feisty. And with the Tower, they were really building up to a karma not outburst, but a karma explosion, if you want to call it that way, right? It's the Tower. So what they were doing, it was not good energetically because they had bad intentions. So they were building up their karma, and it was about to hit them in the face. Okay, so you were like, you know what? I'm not dealing with that. I'm going to go. You already knew what you wanted to do. You were moving on with your own life. So you kind of just did that and left that person to deal with their own shit, which is good, okay? So that was the past. Now, moving into the future. Your central focus is the Knight of Pentacles with the Page of Wands and the Seven of Cups. So this Seven of Cups was also over here for that out of balance Emperor. For you, though, it's not the same context. It's similar, but it's not the same. For you, your central focus is you've left that situation alone from the past. You're focusing on yourself, and now you're coming across as the Knight of Pentacles instead of the Eight of Pentacles. And you're kind of like, okay, well, what do I do now? Like, I have this whole new direction. I could choose any direction to go in, but I'm not sure what to put all of my efforts toward next, right? Because the Page of Wands is a very excited energy. They're ready to go. They're ready to take off on a new adventure. It's a very creative card. But the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight in the deck. They're ready to put their efforts and their stability toward anything they want, but they're with the Seven of Cups there, they're not sure what to put that toward. So it's kind of like you're figuring out what direction to go next, whether that be with your life or your job or your finances, or if you want to become self-employed, you're trying to figure out how to go about that. Whatever it is for you, because this is a general reading, that's your main focus. So you're trying to figure that out. All right. In your mental space, you have the Four of Pentacles with the Four of Pentacles and the Eight of Swords. Okay. So that is clarified by the exact same card. When that happens, it's like extreme emphasis on that energy, which is, it happens not super often, but it's very important when that happens, okay? It's like slapping you in the face with that energy, kind of being like, look, this is how serious this energy is because it's clarified, and it's not easy for that to happen, right? There's no such thing as coincidence, but for that to happen is pretty significant. So, your mental space, you are very stuck, okay? That's what that means. You're very like holding on too tightly to what you feel like you could lose, when in reality you're not actually going to lose it. All right, and the Eight of Swords is also feeling trapped and feeling bound, feeling like you're not sure what's going on around you. Those bindings on that person are not tight at all. They could literally just fall off if they were to even try a little bit. And those swords are only to their back, so they feel like they're backed up against the wall, but they're not because there's nothing in front of them. You know what I mean? It's all an illusion in your mental space, okay? And it stems from your central focus where you're trying to figure out what the fuck's going on and what to do with your life now. So it's... I mean, your mental space is like that, but your heart space down here, you have the Empress with the Six of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles. So your mental space is like overthinking, anxious, feeling like your back's against the wall. You're kind of just, you feel like if you even loosen your grip a little bit on your stability that you're gonna lose it. It's not gonna happen, okay? Because in your heart space, you do feel like that's not true. You know that that's not true. With the Empress here, you know that if you were to be open and vulnerable like an Empress is, you would be perfectly fine, okay? You would have meaningful connections here, and you would have the Ten of Pentacles. You would have that ultimate stability and happiness, right? So it's like a head versus heart thing with you right now, all right? And Leos, in general, typically follow their heart. It's a very admirable quality of a Leo, is you guys are very, very driven, because you are the lion, but you follow your heart a lot of the time, which is really nice because a lot of people can get stuck in their head, and you are in your head about it, but inevitably you almost always go with your heart or your gut feelings, and that's very, like I said, that's very admirable, so that's good. So I don't think you have anything to worry about there. Of course, you're going to have those days where you're trapped in your mental space, but you're not going to stay in it, okay? Because we do have the Hanged Man with the Ace of Swords and the King of Cups, and then the Sun with the Star and Temperance, okay? So these are your physical energies. It's, especially with the Sun is Leo. That's your card, guys. So you are going to be, like, really coming back into your power, your personal empowerment, and really, with the Star here, that's about healing, but also wish fulfillment. Temperance is balance and peace. So you're going to be coming out of that not sure what to do, really stuck in your mental space, feeling kind of like trapped and feeling like you're going to lose something. Okay, that energy is going to dissipate, and it's going to be replaced with your true balanced self. The Sun is Leo for a reason. You guys literally light up whatever environment you're in. You know what I mean? Like, I love Leos. It's just, you guys have... you're literally like walking sunshine. Like, that's your energy, you know what I mean? So you're coming back into that, and people are going to love to be around you again. Because when a Leo is not feeling well, it's kind of like the sun's gone. You know what I mean? Like, people around you are really not even just going to notice it, they're going to feel it. Okay? Because like I said, Leos are sunshine. So when a Leo's not feeling good, nobody around you is feeling good, you know? You guys are that powerful with your energy. So you're going to be coming back into that balance. And when the Hangman, you may be a little unsure still what move to make, but you know that you want to make one. With the Ace of Swords and the King of Cups, you have a handle on your emotions now with the King of Cups, and with the Ace of Swords, you're ready to go. Like, that Ace of Swords is ready to cut through whatever illusion, especially in your mental space, is in the way, right? Because you're stuck in the illusions right now, but you're going to be coming out of that, all right? So presently, that's what you're working on. And then we're going to move into the future here. All right. So there's going to be... Okay, so I guess also with this present energy, how I said you're going to be attracting people that are good for you, that are soul connections. There could be one person in particular that is in your heart space in the present energy right now that you're thinking about. Maybe it's a close friend, or it could be like a romantic interest. It's a soulmate. Okay, so soulmates can be anybody. They can be romantic, they can be family, they can be whatever. They can be a pet, they can be anything. Soulmate just means soul connection. All right, it's very broad. You'll have thousands of, or not more, soulmates in your lifetime. Like, it's not a rare thing. Okay, soulmates are very common. but they're all different types of soulmates. So one in particular is really on your mind. And moving into the future here, that soul, because I don't know if it's a person, an animal, or whatever, that soul is going to be very helpful to you moving into the future. And you're also going to have this emotional fulfillment with them. Okay, I think it's probably a person. It could be a pet too, but I'm going to stick with person. Um, with that person, there's going to be a lot of emotional fulfillment in the future. Okay, doesn't have to be romantic. It could be a best friend. It could be a family member, whatever. But it's moving from where you're presently at with kind of being confused and not sure and just trapped in your mental space, which is not normal for a Leo. You are going to be coming back into your power, like I said. And when that happens, you're going to have two different types of energy around you. Okay, with judgment, this is like judgment represents it represents a lot of things, like every card does, but it's a decision, like, right? It's more like a consequence is probably the best way to put it. Whether that be good or bad, judgment is what comes around. It's a consequence. It's an effect of an action that you've taken in the past, right? It's the natural progression of things. So it's cause and effect, basically. This is the effect from a cause. So what's going to happen in the future is you're going to have two different types of people around you as you come back into your power, okay? You're going to have the Knight of Cups energies around you, which are people that are like, wow, I'm really interested in you. I love your energy. I love being around you. You're going to have a lot of romantic offers put your way because a lot of people like Leos. You know what I mean? And then you're also going to have Queen of Swords energy around you. Now, this is going to be the jealous type of energy that you're going to encounter. A lot of people love Leo, like I said, but a lot of people don't like Leos because Leos get so much attention. All right? My moon sign is Leo. So if I'm like, that means emotionally, I'm a Leo. So I understand what that's like, where it's like you like to make people laugh. You like to be the center of attention. You like to be, just the center of attention because you're, lighting up people's day or whatever. But you're going to get people that are jealous of that, right? So those are the two types of energies you're going to be attracting when you come back into your power, which is normal, okay? There's nothing wrong with you. When you are in your personal empowerment and you're feeling amazing about yourself, you're going to attract people that appreciate that, but you're also going to attract people that are jealous of that. It's just how it works, right? But don't let that bother you, because jealous people are always going to be there. Just brush them off like they're not even there, and just enjoy how you are feeling and enjoy the positive attention that you're getting. So, this has the Two of Wands, the Ten of Cups, and the Chariot. So like I said, this soulmate that you're currently thinking about in your heart space, in the future, you're going to have a lot of positive, fast movement forward with them toward this Ten of Cups, which is emotional fulfillment, and it is with another person. And with the Two of Wands here, you may be feeling like, wow, this is moving really quickly. On this card here, you have this person about to make a decision, and on the back, you have the Hierophant, which represents commitment, but also your spirit guides, okay? So you're trying to make a decision like, if it is a romantic partner, should I commit to this person? This is moving really quickly. I don't want to let my passions overtake me. Like, you're really approaching it in a mature way, which is great. But you don't have to fear. I don't see any negative intentions from this person. Doesn't mean it's going to work out forever, but, a lot of things are just meant to be temporary. But they can still be very enjoyable while they're temporary. So you can do whatever you want. I'm not seeing any negative intentions from this person, so that's good. And then we have the Page of Pentacles, Four of Cups, Five of Wands. So, a child, a kid in your energy. I don't know why that was funny, but it was. A child in your energy. Someone who's young, right? I would say someone who's probably like 15 and below. Okay, so a kid, basically. Some child in your energy, I don't know if it's because they're going through puberty or what, but they're having a rough time, okay? They are really conflicted internally about something, and they're starting to shut down emotionally, okay? And that happens, of course, especially when kids grow older. It shifts from, I don't know, I had a shitty childhood, but I know for a lot of people, it's like, their childhood was like they got to be a kid, and then when they grow up, it's kind of like they feel like their childhood is ending for a lot of people, and that could be what's happening here. But regardless of what it is, your childhood never ends, by the way. It only ends if you allow it to end. You should die as young as possible, as old as possible. Okay, so never lose your childhood spirit. So this person, this kid, this child, and your energy could use your help. Okay, because a Leo is the best person to comfort somebody that feels like they're losing their innocence or they're losing their childhood. It's like the best way I can put it is when people think about their childhood, it feels like sunshine, right? It just feels like happiness a lot of the time. I mean, if you had trauma like I did, it's don't count that. I'm just talking about in general when you're a kid, it just feels a lot better than when you're older because you don't have those limitations that your adult mind can have. So, or feels like it has. That's a whole other topic. I'm getting off topic, but a Leo's the best person to help somebody with that, okay? Because like I said, you guys are represented as sunshine for a reason with the sun, so you could really help this person, whether it's a younger sibling, a neighbor kid. Obviously, don't go up to a random neighbor's kid and like console them about life. Their parents may think you're a little weird, but if you have a chance to help a young person in the future, definitely take that, okay? Because if you have such an influence on young people like that, they're always going to remember that. You know what I mean? It's really going to help them. So you're going to have an opportunity like that in the future. But like I said, never lose your childhood spirit. You can tell them that. Like, I'm a huge advocate for psychedelics. And when you do psychedelics, especially mushrooms, it's so beneficial in every way. There's only positive benefits to it. Like, it brings back your imagination, your love of self, your enjoyment of life. Like, you feel like a kid again. That's why you'll see people on mushrooms. Like, last time I tripped, I was my friend. It was his first time tripping, right? This is a quick story just to give you an example of how helpful it can be, and an example of you never lose your childhood spirit. It's just your adult mind that kind of tries to shut it down. Like, oh, I have to be an adult. Stupid shit like that, right? You never have to. There's no such thing as an adult. We're all kids in bigger bodies. You know what I mean? So my friend's first trip, we gave him, I think 2 grams, which is typical for a first mushroom trip. It's not too high, and he had a fear of like dirt, anything nature, anything dirt. He would not do it. He would not touch it. Like, he was a really bad germaphobe. And so we were outside. I think it was last summer. And like an hour or two into the trip, we're like, where'd he go? Like, we had to go find him. And then he wasn't far away, but we realized that he wasn't with us. Like, we were jumping on the trampoline. We were having a fucking blast. And he was laying in a pile of dirt, like on the other side of the yard. And we were like, what are you doing? And he was like, I like dirt. And we were like, what? And he was like, can you? And he was just like grabbing the grass like this. Like, grass is the best thing when you trip. And he was just grabbing the grass like this. And he was like, can you put the grass all over me, please? And we were like, okay. So we started ripping the moss. It was moss. Because you know how when you pick up moss, it's like a clump of moss with dirt on the bottom? So we picked up all the moss we could find and we put it on him. He looked like a moss rock. Like, all you could see was his head. Like, you couldn't see his whole body. And he was loving it. Like, that's what my point is getting at. Like, mushrooms strips away, like, the illusions, the overthinking, the irrational fears. Like, now he is obsessed with, like, nature and dirt and everything. He's always outside. He's always going hiking. He's always playing in the dirt. Like, I love mud. Mud is my favorite thing on the planet. It's like, it strips that away. Okay, so you never lose your childhood. You never lose your childhood. Like, you never lose your child's spirit. It's always there. So, if you want to tell that story to that person, you can. If you've never done psychedelics, I highly, highly, highly suggest it. Mushrooms specifically is my go-to. There's no... it's illegal for a reason, guys. At least in the U.S., it's illegal because it helps you so much. Like, the government does not want to help you, okay? So that's why it's illegal, because it helps you so much. So if you ever get the chance to try legitimate mushrooms, try that. But that's my story. Okay, the point being, for this child, like, you never lose your childhood spirit. Okay, it's just your adult mind that creates these irrational fears and thinks like he thought it would be the end of the world if you ever touched dirt. You know what I mean? And like the mushrooms, it takes you back to when you were a kid. Like, you just have fun and you deal with your childhood traumas. You're gonna have, when people have like a bad trip, quote unquote, it's because mushrooms forces you to face your real self. So if you can't look your real self in the face, that's what it forces you to heal. So like childhood trauma, you need to address your negative thought patterns. Like, it's like taking your face off and turning it back around to look at yourself. It really forces you to analyze yourself. So that's when he realized, like, wow, my fear of dirt is and germaphobes is really irrational. Like, it's stupid. Like, this feels amazing, you know. But he never would have made that step until his vibration was so high on mushrooms that he was able to see past the 3D illusion, right? But that's my rant about psychedelics, okay? The whole point I went on that rant for was for this younger person in your life, just as an example of like something you could tell them. I know that sounds weird. People are like, I'm not going to tell a child about psychedelics. I'm like, that's the best time to tell them. But I know a lot of people probably won't agree with me on this, and that's fine, but it's very important. Those of you that have tried psychedelics, you know what I'm talking about. That's why I'm such a huge advocate for them. But that's the end of my rant. Okay, you're going to be able to help a young person in your life. You're never going to lose your childhood innocence. This person feels like they are, this young kid, like, they feel like they don't ever want to grow up, and you don't ever have to grow up. Like, you can do things in the adult world, but still be, you know, a free child spirit on the inside. Like, never lose your childhood spirit. That's your inner child that needs to be healed if you do lose that, okay? So that's the end of my rant. I feel like I took forever to talk about that, but it's very important, okay? So in the future, it's beautiful energy, guys. You're coming back into your power. Not only are you having people interested in you, but you're also going to be influencing young lives, which is the best thing you could do, because young is the future. You know what I mean? So, all right, I'm done rambling. Thank you guys very much, and have a great day.